coming up on State Road 57, which is the 100-mile marker of the trip. So by the time I find a campsite tonight, I should be halfway. For those of you interested in what I eat for dinner, this is a typical meal. Start off with some fettuccine alfredo. Didn't have any milk, so we're gonna mix in some French vanilla coffee creamer. We'll see how that goes. Got some packaged chicken, and then also some spinach. We're gonna throw it all into one pot and have it at this beautiful setting. Good morning. It's Thursday, and right now I'm sitting on an amazing beach. Had a great campsite last night. Sitting at about 160 miles just above where the east and the west forks of the White River come together. Wearing a Costa Chica shirt. Shout out to Fry Gallardo, one of our talented craftsmen, but also a very talented soccer player. So hats off to them this morning. Had a great resupply at Carnahan, which is a tiny little town, little ramp, about 130 miles. Spent the night in a hotel. My wife was nice enough to bring me additional food and water, and we went out to a Mexican restaurant. So I felt spoiled, and honestly, it was tough to get started the next day, knowing that I'd have to rough it the next few days. But back at it today. Probably gonna try to finish up by Friday. I'm gonna try to do another, I went 30 miles yesterday, I'm gonna try to do another 30 today. So let's get this day started. Good morning. It's Friday, and it looks like today is going to be the last day of the trip. I was able to knock out close to 32 miles last night, maybe a little bit more. Paddled till just about sundown, so a little tired this morning. But the good news is that only leaves me a little less than 20 to finish up the trip. It's been a great adventure. I've been able to find beaches like this pretty much wherever I needed to stop, and I found out that I could paddle more than 25 miles a day. So that was something I had never done before. and learning more about the White River and all its wildlife and just how beautiful it is has been a great trip. So I'll probably strike camp here pretty soon, enjoy this last cup of coffee, and knock out those last 20 miles. Happy Friday. Describe that transformation process and that you don't have to write off lowlands, that these could potentially be parks next to rivers and streams.
That's a great point. There's multiple times we start a job and it's like the first half of the day you feel like you're spinning tires and you're not making any progress, and then almost hours later you have something to stare at, and that's the cool thing about it. The chemical, the reaction takes place as the water likes water, and then it starts this exothermic reaction where it basically bonds the clays together with the chemicals. So instead of people just writing that property off, they need to look at stabilization and how instead of just saying the site is unsuitable, take these properties and develop into something great like a park.
Now specifically, you guys are based in Mount Carmel, Illinois, just across the river from Indiana. You guys did some pretty amazing work at the high school football field. So talk about what that property was like before the field was there and how you were able to transform it to a usable field for the school.
Yeah, so they recently redid their football field, which is down along the river, which, like many projects, on low-lying plains, river areas, you're susceptible to flood. A lot of times, just once you uncover, you strip off your vegetation, your soils underneath, they're always saturated and just, higher moisture content. So they reached out to us needing some type of stable platform. We went down there and we cement stabilized the entire footprint of the field, which we were able to do in about a day and a half, which expedited construction. There was no delays. There was no, importing, exporting material or any added cost other than the stabilization,
So basically you took a lowland that the high school wasn't able to use, and admittedly it still comes up to the football field in spring, you mentioned, but during the football season when the river's running low, you have this amazing view of a football game and the White River and a usable piece of property.
Yes, that's correct. So basically, they were able to continue on construction even in rainy season and get this thing built, and then, hopefully the field and everything is there for years to come.